Welcome to practice. We're going to begin laying down, and I've got a blanket folded in a long, narrow strip, or you can roll one up. Towel would work, and that's going to go underneath the shoulder blade. And the reason we're doing this is to encourage that part of the spine between the shoulder blades, to curve to the front of the torso instead of out behind us, as it does as we get older. So to experience the feeling of the bones of that part of the spine embedded forward. And then your legs could either be parallel, hip width and parallel, or soles of the feet together and knees out wide. If you're practicing with the soles of the feet together, think about trying to touch gently each corresponding toe print, and right across the balls of the feet. And notice the tension of getting into the position. And let go of tension you don't need, giving in to the posture where you can. Mm. And then gently bringing in your arms and legs and rolling over to your right side. And come into forward virasana. Feeling that part of the spine where we just had the blanket between the shoulder blades. Let the breath really swell and contract the rib cage. And particularly feel the movement of the ribs in your spine, along the sides of the spine. Then we're going to look forward at the hands. Elbows are going to bend out wide, chest along just above the floor until you're lying onto your tummy. So your hands end up around chest height or chest length of your body, and elbows in and elbows back. And use your back more than your hands to lift your torso and look forward. And feel that beautiful, strong work in the back of your body, in that part of the spine between the shoulder blades. Good. And we're going to press up into all fours, arching the spine up and arching the spine down. And then tuck your toes under and come up into downward facing dog pose. Legs bent. Take taking a few breaths here, stretching your fingers out wide, pressing the base of the index fingers. And then bring the shoulders forward so you're in a sort of a plank position. The legs can be a little bit bent. And drop the hips towards the floor just as much as your core can hold the shape of your spine with ease, breathing deeply. Press back into downward facing dog pose and let your head just hang down. Feel the flow of breath in the spine, your arms, your legs. Good. Bring the knees to the floor and then we're back into forward virasana. Try wriggling around a little bit. So I'm lifting my left ribs and then my right ribs and finding an ease for your shoulders, lengthening the sides of your waist, finding your breath. Beautiful. Look forward at your hands, elbows out wide. Bring your chest just along the floor so you're laying prone. Bring your legs parallel, elbows in and elbows back. And feel the strength in your back as you lift your torso. We don't want to crunch the lower back, but really feel the back core of the body strong. Feeling the flow of breath. Nice work. Press up into all fours. Arch your spine up. Arch your spine down. Stretch your fingers out wide. Press the base of the index fingers. Tuck the toes under. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. Legs are a little bit bent. Take a few deep breaths here. Good. A gentle kind of plank position, just exploring bringing the shoulders forward. Feeling the front core of the body lift to support the back core of the body. Good. Back to downward facing dog pose. Let the head really just hang down. Find that part of your spine between the shoulder blades and let it embed into the front of the body. And then forward virasana. Appreciating the breath in your body. And looking forward at your hand. Elbows out wide, chest along the floor. Legs parallel. Elbows in, elbows back. Using the back core of your body to lift your breastbone. Ah, beautiful. All fours, arch the spine up. Arch the spine down. From here, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Really focusing on your upper body here, on broadening the shoulders, letting the head just hang down, opening the chest towards the front of the legs. The legs can still be bent. And then forward virasana. Shoulders broad. Good. And then bring the arms beside you into child's pose. Now your forehead might be resting on the floor, or maybe you're reaching the top of your head out in front. We're going to lift the arms up so they're parallel to the floor, palms up. Reach the fingertips back So you lengthen the sides of the neck. Good. And then we're going to lift the torso a little bit and hold and look forward. Good. And then relax back into child's pose. So letting go of that muscular tension in the upper back. Feeling the breath in every part of the body. Good. And then again, we're going to lift the arms up, lift the palms, reach the fingertips back, lift the torso a little, looking forward. Good. And then relaxing. Feeling the breath in your body. Good. Now we're going to bring the arms forward again into forward virasana. We're going to try and do the same thing. And if you're unable to lift your hands off the floor, that's fine. But think about the power required to lift. So looking forward, lifting the torso a little, and see how you go, lifting the hands off the floor. Ooh, not quite. And then release your forehead back down towards the floor. Let's try the arms out to the side. It'll be somewhere in between. So straight out the side from the shoulders and lift the torso, lift the arms. I've got the palms facing down, lift the back of the hands high, open the chest. Good, and then release. Nice work. Arms back out in front. Downward facing dog pose. And opening the chest, lengthening the spine, and we're going to press the heels to the floor. Good. We're going to walk the feet forward. See if you can give your toes a big stretch as you do that. Coming up to standing. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. And then Tadasana. And again, Urdhva Hastasana. Looking. And Tadasana. Feels the front of the leg. Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. Good. One more. Urdhva Hastasana. Hold the arms up. We're going to look forward and bend the knees. So the feet are hip width and parallel. The legs are parallel. Utkatasana. And then from here, bring the hands into prayer position. Uttanasana. Put your hands on your leg rather than the floor and embed the bones of the spine forward. Feel the breath in your whole body. Beautiful. Hands to the floor and left foot back. Now, we're going to keep the feet facing forward. Put your left foot far enough back so you can stretch the back of that left leg. We've got the feet about hip width distance from the center of the mat and parallel to each other. Bend your front leg. And notice how the spine wants to make a rainbow shape. That middle part of the spine wants to pop up towards the ceiling. So let's really get the balance in the feet. Front leg is bent. And bring your hands up your leg as far as you need to get the feeling of the middle back embedding forward. Nice. And then we're going to start to straighten that front. without compromising the spine. Maybe you can put your hands on the floor. Great. Now we're going to bend the front leg and bring the weight forward and stand up at the same time. Swing the left leg forward and be balanced on your right foot. Bring the hands in front of the heart or the shoulder blade. Just balance. And then we're going to place that left foot down so that your feet are back to hip width and parallel. Urdhva Hastasana. Utkatasana. Bend your knees, legs are parallel. Feel the core of the body working to lengthen the spine. Beautiful. Uttanasana. Keep the bones of the spine embedded forward. Place your hands down onto the floor. Step your right foot back. So try to get a stretch in the back of your right leg. Feet are about hip width from side to side. Feet are parallel. And bending your front leg a little bit more. Lift the torso. And notice if the bones of the spine are still tending to pop up towards the ceiling. So if that's the case, bring your hands up onto your front leg and see if you can get that lovely feeling of embedding the spine forward. And now try to straighten your front. Maybe your hands reach the floor. That's fine if they do, without compromising the ease of the spine. We're going to bring the weight forward, step the right foot forward, but we're going to balance on the left leg as we stand up. Find the balance of your spine. Strong standing leg. Calm breath. Good, and then place the right foot down. With parallel. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Utkatasana. Lifting the pelvic floor. Feet are nicely parallel, legs are parallel. Feel the bones of the spine embedding forward. Uttanasana. Tune into the feeling of the spine, the neck, feeling of the breath. We're going to try and sit the bottom down towards the heels. So we're going to keep the legs parallel here and just observe where the resistance is to that movement. So maybe it's the back of the Achilles tendon around the back of the calves. Might be your back or your legs, but just squatting as deeply as you can in that direction, keeping parallel legs. Keep lifting the pelvic floor and the front core of the body supporting the spine. And lift your torso enough to try and embed the spine forward. And breathing deeply. Good. And then we're going to do Uttanasana. So straighten your legs from there. Lift the kneecaps, the quadriceps. Let your head either reach the top of the head forward or hang down. And then bend your knees and roll on up to Urdhva Hastasana. Really reach. And Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. and Tadasana. We're going to take the feet out a little bit wider than the hips now. Turn the toes out. So this time when we squat, we're going to be able to go a little bit deeper. Take the arms up. Come into a squat position. Bring your hands in front of you. You can put them on the floor if you need for balance or in front of your heart. But we're going to keep the heels on the floor. So only go so far as your heels stay down. And lift your pelvic floor. Lift the belly. Lift the breastbone, looking forward. And then press powerfully into your heels and lift up. Release your hands down by your side. And again, inhale up. Bring your hands in prayer position. Come into a squat position, but keep the heels on the floor. So maybe you just go a little way. It depends on your knee. Maybe you can reach your sit bones close down to the heels, but heels stay down on the floor. Lift the pelvic floor. Try to embed the bones of the spine forward. Keep breathing. Press powerfully into your heels to lift up. Swing the arms up. Nice work. Step to the side, the long edge of your mat, so you can have your feet out wide. We're going to turn the toes out so that as we bend the femur bones are going in the same direction as the feet. And just swinging the weight a little side. And as you shift your weight, paying attention to what might feel good there, what might feel difficult. Appreciating the sensation. Bones of the spine embedding forward. Okay, now if you want to take this deeper, you can. And you might do that by bringing your hands to the floor. And you can use your hands from side to side and drop your sit bones towards your heel. Now, even though I'm intending to keep my bent leg heel down, it's going to come up at this stage of my movement. But have that intention to try and keep the heel down of your bent leg. The spine is moving into the front. Notice that tendency for the spine to make a rainbow shape, pop up towards the ceiling or the wall behind. Good. So side to side. Come back up to center, but put your hands on the floor and turn your toes in for Prasarita Padottanasana. The toes in, press the outside edges of the feet, lift the inner arches of the feet, lift the kneecaps, the quadriceps, and walk the hands forward as far as they will go. Feel the sides of the waist lengthen. Embed the spine into the front of the torso. Feel the shoulders broaden, the back of the neck lengthen. Appreciating every breath, every sensation. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. We're going to jump the feet back to a squatty position. So toes out. Try to keep your heels down and think about how it would be to sit from here. If you need to move in a different way to come to a safe seated position, do so. Just that last little bit. We're going to take a seat on a blanket so that it tips the sit bones, or I should say the pelvic forward. And you're balanced on your sit bones. And you're finding the alignment of your spine, sensing if there is tension in the shoulders and the neck. We're going to take the diaphragm section of the body, so at that lowest cross section of your rib cage. And we're going to take that cross section in a circle, so you could reach the corresponding ribs surrounding the diaphragm out to every part of the horizon. And let the rest of your body follow. Explore. You can almost take your breath away, because we're putting the body in positions where the diaphragm is fully held momentarily. But see if you can find an easeful rhythm. And then the other direction. So use your imagination to feel that cross section of the body parallel to the floor, reaching to the horizon. Notice how your body feels following. All the other joints accommodating. Come back to the center. Nice work. We're going to balance a little bit on the tailbone. So make sure you've got enough footing. And balance your feet up off the floor. So we're holding the front of the knee with the hands, and we want straight arms. And also finding the front core of the body supporting the back core. Feeling the bones of the spine, embedded core. Feeling the breath. Beautiful. You can let go of your hands, but only if you can keep that feeling that your spine is fully supported. So there's enough strength in the front and side core to fully support. And if you're not quite there yet, just keep your fingers lightly on your knee. Maybe your feet can come up away from the floor. Straight legs. My blanket's a bit narrow. Nice work. We're going to sit back in cross-legged position if that's comfortable for your legs. Otherwise, whatever is comfortable. And cross them the other way, the other one on top or in front. We're going to wave again the spine, but this time forward and back. We're going to explore the tilt of the pelvis. So let's bring the focus of moving the spine just to above the pubic bone. the lower abdomen, and waving that part of the spine forward and back. And let the rest of the spine follow. In that supple and subtle movement of every joint. So try to keep the focus low as you can down the spine. You start to feel the movement you have for the pelvis in this forward bending range of motion. Okay. We're going to hold next time you reach forward, as far forward as you can tip the pelvis. Put your hands where they make sense, on your behind your hips, on your legs, on the floor in front. Feel the spine embed forward. Keep a spacious feeling around the heart. The chest is broad. The shoulder blades reach down. And you breathe. Feel that lower part of your spine, the pubic bone, lifting and tipping forward. The resistance of the muscle at the back of the hips, at the back of the pelvis. See if there's any of that resistance you can let go of. Feeling the life force of the breath. Inhale and coming up, and change the cross of your leg. If your legs are out semi wide, you might want to just come up and relax your knees for a moment. So other leg in front or on top. Let's wave again. So right down at the base of the lower abdomen, just above the pubic bone, and the sacrum. So feel the movement of the pelvis. Sometimes it helps to put the hand at the side of the pelvis to feel it tip back as you wave back, and tip forward as you wave forward. Be curious about what it is in your body that stops you from moving further with that pelvic movement. Notice if it's your hips or your back. Having compassion for yourself. Appreciation. Next time you wave forward, hold as far forward as you can. So we tip the pelvis forward as far as we can, and then put your hands where they make sense to support your long spine, behind your hips, on your legs, or on the floor in front. With each breath, feeling the life force. Noticing what feels resistant in your body. Having compassion for that. Noticing your entire experience here. Easeful or difficult. Appreciating all of the sensation. And then inhale and coming up. And we're going to lay down now. Place your feet hip width and your legs bent and parallel, and your arms down beside your torso. We're going to lift the hips and maybe make a line, a straight line from your knees through the front of the hips to the shoulders. So lifting the tailbone a little more activates the gluteus muscle a little more, but you can even just try to squeeze the buttock muscles so that you've got this nice feeling of power behind the tailbone. So lifting the tailbone, pressing the feet to the floor, pressing the hands to the floor, lift the chest, lift the spine behind the shoulder blade or between the shoulder blades. Good. And then we're going to lower down each bone. Oh, pressing your lower back to the floor. And then relaxing the curves of your spine. One more of those. If you want to lift a little higher, you can bring your heels closer to your sit bones or just stay where you are. You might like to experiment. Okay, so we lift up and we're just going to aim for that straight line to begin with. Knees, front of the hips, shoulders. Good. And let's try and lift the tailbone a little bit more and really squeeze the buttock, the gluteus muscles, gluteus maximus and minimus. Press your hands, press your feet. Feel the spine lifting, but especially the tailbone. And then we're going to lower down. Oh, and when you lower down and you get to your lower back, really press that. And then bring your knees into your chest. And rock a little bit from side to side. You might notice when you do that, the pelvis starts to walk away from the shoulders. Bring the feet back down onto the floor. So the lower back feels long here. We're going to lift the hips just a tiny bit to slide on the skin of the upper back so that your head moves away from your tailbone. When you place the weight of your hips back on the floor, your spine's as long as it can be. Nice trick. All right, inside edge of the feet together, knees together. We're going to lift the hips. They're going to go right and the knees are going to go left. Now be watchful. And close your eyes. And let the floor have the weight of your body. Feel supported. Let your focus be in the core of your body and feel all of the muscle that you can switch on to support lifting your legs and keeping the spine healthy. And back to center. Lift the hips, swing them left, and knees are going to go right. We're going to look over the left arm. can have your eyes closed and let the floor take the shape of your body here. And it might feel like an awkward shape. Maybe there's a fair bit of resistance. Maybe that resistance feels amazing. Maybe not. Appreciating what you feel. Feel all of the muscle of your core, the belly, the sides of your waist. So as you lift your leg, feel really supported in the strength that you can bring to that movement. And then we're going to roll over to the side and come up to sitting. Your hands up. Namaste.